pass them and avoid every single stick my demo shoots at them. It's just annoying to play against them. But I do have the connect. We are gonna go over to some fun guys versus who are they playing? Sattir-gattig. Or I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. I sent you the name config so we can go watch it. But
sure.
I'm gonna go pull it up. For those who are still tuning in, we are now watching another match for RGL Season 4 Season 11 Week 4 newcomer. It is some fun guys versus Sattir-gattig. We are currently in the second half. Once you get in, let me know. I'm just gonna go cast along right now.
I'm in right now. So Some Fun Guys was a team that I remember casting before at some point. I actually don't remember what the map was. I have no idea who this other team is though.
Yeah, I know we had cast them on, I believe, in the TF2CC Cup, so I remember these guys from Some Fun Guys, or at least I think in an earlier version of, or an earlier week of Trial by Fireside. But it looks like Sattir-gattig, they actually just
can
exchange
just
through
using
Big Door.
in. And actually, they use a lot sooner. Although this post-Uber positioning is going to be a lot better for blue. Yeah, this is looking horrible for Some Fun Guys. Pants mode is just kind of stuck here in elbow. Hopefully,
He's living!
Okay.
Oh
yeah,
my
the
goodness.
scout.
And Rasputin can get the medical over too!
Villain 7 just living so long. Pants mode just wants to get in. Wow, that scout living behind saved their medic's life. It saved the team fight. Forte getting a little greedy for the pack there. And Mr. Man also bit off more than they could chew there.
Yeah.
Just double soldier waddle spam. This is so fearsome. Guy Fieri does bomb. Rasputis is okay. I was casting with Arcadia.
Oh yeah. There's Snake Water. There's Snake Water week. I remember that.
Yeah, because I remember Rasputis. The alias was very goated. So now it's gonna be what, like 30 ad going into last for.
Oh, but look at this. They have the Highlander setup. I like this situation they have for themselves.
They do have the kind of sneaky gun below secret, although their Putis is on the wrong minigun, unfortunately, so it might be a little less effective. This gun is pretty much good for one thing, and that's getting like an unexpected pick on someone. Yeah, the fact that it gets spotted makes it a little less effective. Actually, the Angie tried to commit out to save it, so he's going to be out of position now. Although, yeah, Red just doesn't take any real position with their Uber. They kind of just... Oh, he built a new gun in secret. I like that a lot. I'm actually a real big fan of the gun goes down, just build another level 1 and hope they don't see it. But admittedly, I don't think that's the best of ideas. But yeah, Some Fun Guys just didn't really take any top right positioning with their Uber. They just ended on the low ground and ended up getting collapsed on. So full ad, Blue's able to get onto pretty much uncontested here. Gonna have 80 ad going into mid. Looks like they want to get through Big Door, perhaps.
Oh, but Rasputin might get caught out here. He was trying to go for a Phantasec, but I think he'll think better of it and just play for it on mid.
And they are getting all 6 players through Big Door. They end up using through. Guy Fieri does get a pick, but will trade out there. And actually, Red, a little extremely slow to leave, actually. Doesn't get caught. I suppose Forte just didn't have enough ammo to get the pick there. And now Red at 70% are going to try to push back in. But, Scout getting in through Big Door. He's going to clean up Forte. And Noble Aris is still in drop down 5 HP. He's been there the whole time. Will catch a bow. Meanwhile, down 3 for blue.
They had a really good juggle towards choke on Forte, but Forte just like missed the stickies. And if you miss your shots, you can have the right play, but you need to hit it.
Yeah, the fact that Fun Guys just like kind of didn't leave from the Uber, they probably should have wiped there. Either way, they have full ad into last year. It looks like they want to go through River. There is a level 1 gun set up near the point, but Forte completely caught out of position. And actually, that being said, looks like Undead may be caught. Nope, we'll be able to slip back into spawn. Forte just trying to do what he can on the point. Will go down. Although, it's even numbers. Actually, the Pyro gets a trade as well, so 3 up for Red, and one of those... it's 2 soldiers and a medic.
With the meds on point, that's a melee fight!
Yeah, it's just pants mode, trying to take this fight. Guy Fieri just 2v1ing the soldiers in secret, and meanwhile, we'll come back to clean up the med 1v1. Crazy, crazy fights here.
Dang. I mean, I don't really necessarily like that the demo Mushroom Man commits to point, because he'll be better off just than not letting his scout play the point and him just sticking it off as players from Sattir-gattig try to just jump on to stop the point. He might have a lot more success there. So I think that maybe the only adjustment some fun guys need to change is the Uber does come in from Sattir and they get an early pick on Mushroom Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so at that point, there's still a lot of picks caught in from red, and one of those picks is actually about to kill their medic. Yeah, just turning around and killing that soldier would have been great for blue. Either way, they get a lot of picks with the Uber, so they can still be happy with it at the end of the day. Rasputin's just trying to get away, will get shot down by Mr. Man. So it's going to be pretty much even Ubers. We'll see what Ubers end up as. It looks like red already has a build head start here of about 10%, and it's growing. So bear in mind, both meds spawned at the exact same time, but it's now 20 ad for red. Either way, functionally evens. Both teams are going to think it's evens, I suppose, into last.
Well, actually,
really in blue's court here.
In terms of, let's assume that actually they do have ad. I think it's really good to explain to the viewers like why most teams just never opt to push out of Gully Wash Loss, even with like 30% ad. Like teams just don't opt for it at the higher level.
Yeah, the big reason for that, I mean, Gully last is a difficult last to push out of. Obviously, every last is difficult to push out of because it's inherently risky. Just from fear of back caps, or if anything goes wrong on 2, that can end up affecting you on last as well. But Gully Wash in particular, usually the way that you push out, you bring your combo through river, and from there's not really good Ubers to be taking. It's kind of difficult to catch people with that. Okay, and it looks like we see an exchange out of last into river. It gets a soldier pick, but blue doesn't even have to use yet, and now they're using, and now they can just wrap into last. Shoot down the, this is exactly kind of what we mean, is like that exchange there, which on paper is like, okay. It got a pick, I suppose, but wasn't able to get the
Clean up City, the medic!
On dead.
Oh my goodness!
Just getting 2 picks. Like, that mistake happening in lobby ended up being a mistake on their own last, and they lost a round because of it. So, you got to be real careful about what you're doing and have a good idea of your plan out of your own last.
Right. Yeah, I'm just... That exchange actually looked really good for some fun guys, even though like they used earlier and took the exchange into them, because they had light up so many of the players in the lobby, but they just left the pyro on last alone, and it kind of forced them all back.
Alright, so new mid here. We're seeing Oga, I suppose their alias is, just trying to get some decent positioning. Will get shot down by a scout. So down a pick here for blue, and actually health isn't great either, although that goes for both teams. But with no positioning here from blue, Mushroom Man almost going down, but will survive, yeah. We're seeing blue just deciding to leave entirely. And actually had a late scout death, I suppose, who was trying to get out. So down 2 for a little bit. The guy's still rolling out. Looks like some fun guys just deep pressuring big door here, and actually interval just taking 2 rockets simultaneously will go down. Forte dying though in choke. Noble Aris is just in through choke, getting some spam rockets in. Scout's committing through choke as well, forcing the combo back towards choke. Ooh, Mushroom Man kind of caught in alone. Will get shot
and the medic's
down
alone
by
too.
Door.
They're going for the chase. Nobody's there to meet the medic pants move, but now finally Scout meets up with them. And I think Noble actually tried to distract through choke. They're actually going for the backup on both soldiers, interestingly.
Yeah. So Rasputin's kind of caught in here. Will end up trading out with the soldier. So, not catastrophic, but down 3 for red. There's really no way they can probably hold this, especially with 2 scouts, just no spam classes to spam out the choke. They could have taken it. It looks like they're forced to take an exchange here, essentially. When actually Mushroom Man needs to get saved here, does get saved, but the post-Uber positioning for red's going to be a lot worse, yeah. Blue just has all the space they need. Noble Aris trying to get a salvage on the med. Does get the rocket off, so med pick.
He's on the shotgun, Solly, the random Solly.
Actually, it wants more. Is in with the shotgun, will get cleaned up. But ultimately, blue does get the point. They lost their med in the meantime, so it's not a convincing victory for them. But they can be happy nonetheless. With these 2 delayed soldier spawns as well, 2 is definitely fightable for a small window of time here, but no faulting Blue for not pushing this.
Yeah, a very staggered push from Sun Fun guys ends up with them coasting to their second instead of them being on Sattir-gattig's second. So for them, this is a really awkward time where it's like it's 2-3 right now. There is no progressive rule set. We are still on the 2-half config. So for them, they have 3 minutes to work an advantage here for them, or else they'll be resetting and they could potentially, if they lose the mid, things could go sideways very quickly for them.
Yeah, actually,
that's a good start
lose,
too.
Lose Noble Aris immediately, so Blue has a pick to work with into second here.
Oh, but Forte, oh, he just got synced on the stickies.
Yeah,
Yikes.
That's unfortunate. Down a demo here is going to be a lot more difficult to hold. Yeah, they just used through. Okay. The exchange actually gets all the space that they need. So if you clean up these soldiers on the height, then this should be convincingly some fun guys' point to have. Although there is a bit of a refight here from Blue, getting some aggression, getting a pick onto a soldier. Oh, just surviving here. Might barely get another rocket for Pants Mode, who does juke the rocket, but will go down to the scout.
Oh god, this is a collapse.
Red does cap the point, but at what cost? Now everyone who was lingering there to secure the cap has now died.
Oh, Rasputis. Oh, he got spotted. Never mind. Looks like he wanted to try to commit on something, but if he dies and Noble here dies, because Noble is bound to die now, he has no way of escape. He's gonna get caught out.
Yeah, and he's getting trapped out as well. So he has to leave River, but that's all pretty far away. I've noticed as well, there's a lot of exchanges.
And it's not on the scout, which is the most conventional means.
Yeah, generally. I guess I knew that Newcomer had a lot of exchanges, but this is like a lot of exchanges where in the last game there was exchanges like instead of sacks, which was interesting. So it is about 40 ad. Make that like 30 ad. Not 40 for Blue here. Load is dwindling. Red kind of okay, they resumed building. Blue does use through, and actually Mushroom Man kind of caught here. But there's no scout to really clean up the damage necessarily. And actually, Blue just losing 3 during the Uber.
Oh, and the
Sentry Gun getting at least one of those. Yeah,
oh, they forced out the Uber though.
Wipe. Okay, so clutch force there from Mr. Man, but kind of a catastrophic Uber for Blue.
I kind of want to note there that, you know, Hanswood actually forced to save his soldier, but he still had his engineer up with crits, and I think it's okay there to drop Rasputis there if you want to preserve that full Uber ad.
Yeah, absolutely. If the play is to, well, especially considering that there were only like a couple of...
I think it was just a demo on 30 HP too.
Yeah, there was only a couple remaining players for Blue. In that case, yeah, absolutely drop a soldier. You can even drop like a demo. As long as you have enough players, which you do, then you can really drop whoever aside from yourself and be fine with it. Either way, though, Red re-pushes onto 2 pretty easily here, and they had some ad. They did get forced, but it's going to be, what, about 20%, 15%? So not really much to work with, but if Blue's holding close here, then an exchange through choke could be devastating.
Drop too. I think he wanted to go for something, but he thankfully doesn't get spotted.
Yeah, hasn't been spotted. Is committing in now. Oh, yeah, and it's... the genius bomb.
God. He needs a map. He needs a map.
There was not a single scout. Both scouts are playing Big Door, and both soldiers and demo are playing choke. Interesting type of hold here, but definitely makes your medic vulnerable to those drop-down bombs. And honestly makes Big Door kind of vulnerable to just getting spammed out, I suppose.
This should have been the time for an exchange.
Forte standing on sticks.
Here's a Sattir-gattig, honestly. But now they're going to take the exchange. Now after the soldier has actually respawned. And this is actually worse because some fun guys, they pop a lot later.
And they are just flooding everyone in. Blue just flashing all their soldiers through. Ending on the low ground, though. Their medic just instantly dying. Forte just dying. They get Pants Mode and actually Guy Fieri with some
they're winning this.
Yeah. Ooh. Although the scout cleanup and the shotgun cleanup.
Mr. Man can win this.
So it is just up to Mr. Man here. Interval's really weak.
Reload for your time. Nice shot.
Okay. That was crazy. That was like a 4-man exchange. So
Oh wait,
on
Mr.
this
Man's still getting
Rasputis
fought. He has his
dunk with-
partner in crime.
Ooh, in pants mode, wanted to get in, but is now
Might get
meeting a
caught
scout.
out.
He has his own scout to defend him, so will most likely be living here. Although, Godfinger just
Oh,
living for a
no.
while.
They're all, oh my
Ooh,
goodness! What the hell,
Forte
Forte?
with a nice little 3K just decides to W in, and it works out. And decides he doesn't have enough, and just wants to keep holding W, and will meet his demise there.
Oh my goodness.
So now Undead just trying to leave it alone. Man, I had a thought like 10 seconds ago, but then like 4 different things happened in those 10 seconds.
Well, they
and I
all
kinda
went in one
lost
by
it.
one, and eventually, if you try enough times, you will succeed. And I think Forte there was the fourth try, and it eventually went in their favor. But this is bad for some fun guys. They push up the shutter. They're on the low ground here, essentially.
Yeah, they do, yeah. Blue has all the high ground here with those 2 scouts. Although Godfinger getting focused down there effectively will go down. And now it's looking a little better for some fun guys. Although we're seeing soldier bombs in. Guy Fieri is in on the med. Gets 1 rocket off.
You could get a second
Trying
one
to
off.
get another. Gets another on the demo. It just lived forever, but will go down ultimately.
Oh, the
And this is
bastard,
just.
though.
Yeah, everyone is all. Neither team really has a side or positioning. It's kind of just like a mixed stew of red and blue.
Oh, but Pansville got trapped in
sort
the
of
midst
a-
of that.
A purple team, I suppose, instead of 2 independent ones. Undead does force. It's just interval behind right now. We'll get cleaned up. So, all right, time to take a little breather. So red has 2 capped, which means their last isn't in immediate danger. Blue has to take some time to cap here. And actually, it's not even really ad for either team either. So
That was hard
let this
to
be
observe.
just
Wow.
a screaming lesson, or not lesson, but you know, if you look up at the sky and then hear a voice calling down to slow down the game and then think about what you're doing, this would be the time. But I fear that both teams here might just continue to aggressively.
Oh, that's
each
a
other.
very bad
Yeah.
death. You're holding last. You need to wait for the Uber before you go for any place.
Yeah, Rasputis dying there. They have a Putis on last, so will be a nice defensive asset.
Are they trying to try it?
They are just trying to peek
Okay.
shutter here. Right, the thing that I was supposed to, or that I was thinking about. Okay, Guy Fieri with a sack. We saw a sack. Well done. It's more normal now. Counter sack as well. Noble Aris, perhaps.
Oh, wait, I think
Oh,
they're
it
trying to
looks
take
like
an exchange in lobby on Mushroom
They
Man.
might be going.
Oh, thank God they
okay.
did choose to do it.
I was going to talk about exchanges in particular, though, because the reasoning that you don't really want like a ton of people getting flashed near exchange is like the more people you flash with an Uber, the shorter it lasts. And in an exchange situation, you want your Uber to last as long as possible. So you ideally would like to avoid flashing a ton of people, especially if you're the one aggressing with the Uber, because Guy Fieri going down in lobby.
It's Launchpad.
Because if you use first, then yours is going to be shorter by default. Either way, we just see a family exchange through main, just kind of bum rushing the point. They will
Oh,
drop
the
their
drop.
demo in it. And this is looking pretty bad for blue. Yeah, pretty much losing everyone here.
It's gonna be a
And
white.
just up to Godfinger. Yeah, full white pretty much. And yeah, let that be a good case study of just trying to flash everyone and then... Because with an exchange, you want picks if you can get it, but more importantly, you want positioning. And number 1 is you need to be thinking, where am I going to be standing when this Uber ends? Because if where you're standing is on the floor, like low
Buffalo
ground
Rock.
in front of a Putis, then it's going to be bad for you.
And the big thing there is that, like, once again, the Uber ends on low ground. They just walked into the meat grinder because they all wanted to play point instead of focusing on finalizing the frags, and they got punished for it.
Right. So now it has slowed a little bit. Blue
And they
has
don't
some
have to push on
ad, or
some
red
fun
has
guys.
ad. And it looks like they want to just take it choke as soon as they get. They have now. Yeah, they will be taking a choke. Ooh, soldier gets dropped. And yeah, blue's completely caught. They were playing that as though it was even.
Wait.
Although they get 2 picks with it. But where's the scout? The scout is taking a 1v1 with the med. Meanwhile, his combo is getting fought.
Wait,
And
there's
there's
a
a
back cap
back
going on.
as well. This soldier needs to die, and then the back cap might just succeed. Yeah, at this point,
Oh,
they were
clutch.
really too slow with what they wanted to do. So Mr. Man just sneaking behind.
You can go
We'll
for
have
last
to
here.
fight Noble Aris on last, and yeah, that's kind of a difficult fight for his solo scout to win.
But look at that. He brought everybody back, and they even got the force on down to Undead.
and look
somehow.
at where Red's combo is. Wait, they just got kills.
What is going
somehow.
on?
Yeah, they were stuck on mid still, but managed to get kills. So we are seeing Guy Fieri and Godfinger in lobby. Godfinger just choosing to get out there. And Red just wants to get right back into mid.
Guy Fieri was behind.
Combo's trying to get through. Interval's completely caught out here. Will just barely survive, so they're going to need... Ooh, Mushroom Man. Yeah, unable to peek that without dying. Needed to just take a moment to re-heal there. Rasputis also potentially dying in Big Door.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and the combo's not done. They want to get back in. They use through. Ooh, there is definitely some picks caught here. Forte probably going down.
Should be a... there you go.
Will go down. So Soldier in a demo pick on the Uber you can be totally happy with. And actually Blue is...
Undead needs to be healing. There you go.
Building, yeah. Gotta be building that Uber. Especially in an ad situation like this.
No arrows, Mr. Undead. Build. Yes. Stop arrowing.
You gotta pump the DPM when you're mad, you know? They also don't have any splash classes holding choke. So it's very easy for someone to just kind of walk through and get on the medic. Which Noble Ars is trying to do.
There's a sense of urgency that you should have in Sattir-gattig because there's 3 minutes and 40, you know, there is no progressive overtime.
Oh yeah, true. This is... Well, what is the score? I don't know what the score
3-2 right now for some fun
is.
guys.
Oh yeah, so they can just kind of sit here and be happy with the way things are going. They are technically the attacking team because they have the midpoint, but the ball is still kind of in Blue's court here because they are down around with very little clock left.
Indeed, that is
and with
the case.
And the round timer is pretty much the same as the server timer, so a round reset here pretty much still just means game. I don't know if this seems like something that Red has recognized because they have really pumped the brakes from how they were usually playing. They get a pick on the flank, and now Rasputis getting a ton of space in Big Door.
If they want to go through it for an exchange, they definitely
just choosing
can.
to lurk a little bit. Is getting in, bomb onto Undead.
Oh,
ooh.
The third rocket.
Yeah, gets a ton of rockets off, but
Villain's in.
not able
He
to
could
close
clean
it out.
this up.
Oh yeah, Villain getting
kills.
2 picks, and it's just a flood through choke. Oh yeah, and everyone's dead. Undead is gonna have to force here, but there's no one with him. Okay,
the
does
last
get met
hope
up
here.
with Godfinger. Yeah, he's gonna get cleaned up. Now full ad into last. Godfinger coming up on Engineer. We'll just try and salvage, but going for that very aggressive gun is actually just gonna be stuck in secret.
Oh, but they're not getting the kill. They drop everybody in the Uber.
Yeah, they just walk into point. Just Mushroom Man and Pants Mode on point will get cleaned up. Yeah, and they just lose everyone. Again, like, with your Ubers, you gotta be thinking about that positioning. And on Gully Wash in particular, you really want that top right positioning. Like, that's where you want your combo to be. Anyone can cap the point. You don't need your combo there to get mulched by all the spam just trying to cap. Either way, pretty straightforward repush from Blue here. Everyone was dead, so...
Well, they gotta
you.
hit the gas right now. There's a minute and 30 left, and it's really hard to go coast to coast cleanly on Gully Wash, and that's not gonna bode well to start.
Yeah, losing Guy there. Oh, Godfinger taking a 1v1 here, and the flank. Yeah, at this point, minute 20 left. Almost close enough to just kind of call game. Oh, Red just
this could be the collapse.
Probably wiping here. Yeah, Pants Mode's dying there, so no Uber to save Red against Blue's Uber. Forte with the sword out, just trying to get something done. But and actually, somehow it's going well for some fun guys. They just kind of had the high ground, and it ended up working out for them. Sometimes high ground is just that magical thing that wins you fights.
The thing I just don't like there is that if you're Sattir-gattig, you have the Uber, everybody's distracted looking at the Uber and trying to kite from it on some fun guys. Your soldiers can't be passive on the high ground. They need to be ready to collapse off of your combos focus, but focus fire, maybe not something that has been developed yet, but it's something that definitely needs to be worked on if you want to be a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, and at this point, 30 seconds left. This is officially garbage time. If Blue was already max capture rate capping 2 right now, and then mid, and then the other team second, and then last, still wouldn't have enough time. So we are seeing a 3-2 victory for some fun guys. Or potentially 4-2 if the next 15 seconds bode to be really interesting. And actually, it looks like they kind of want to use in... No, they don't have Uber yet. 7 seconds left. They're just choosing to chill out and end the game here. It's a very
GG.
chaotic TF2 there. I suppose in the spirit of Trial by Fireside, where we cover these low divs. Yeah, some basic stuff I noticed throughout both halves, or both games rather, both this one and the prior match between Feed Theory and Silly Monks.
Mm-hmm.
Exchanges are definitely a good tool to have. And I don't really care how often or frequently a team chooses to use them.
Right.
If you want to exchange instead of sack, whatever. I think there's more effective ways of doing it, but like I really don't care that much. But if you're gonna be exchanging, you should definitely focus on how you're exchanging and make sure your exchanges are good. Because
A lot of
if you're
flashing, a lot of players running the
yeah,
like you said.
if your plan for an exchange is to just use in and then flash 3 players immediately, and then have your Uber end on the floor below everyone, then it's not going to work. And if it does work, it's probably just because like you aim like a lot better than the other team aims, to be frank, or just one of your players kind of popped off. But you definitely have to be kind of smart about your positioning. You want to be taking space. You want to be taking high ground. I don't know, just play to your advantages. I know some of this is like vague advice, of course, but
Something that would be really better explained if you're like actually watching the demo and watching your own
yeah,
play.
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, just there is no level of TF2 at which watching back your own. Why am I hearing something? I don't know what that was. There's
No
no
worries.
level of TF2 where watching back your own gameplay, like you aren't learning things. Even an invite player watching back their own demos is going to be like, why was I doing that? Like that was so stupid or whatever. Definitely something to do if you want to improve.
Yeah, well, we're gonna cut our post game discussion short because we have to go get ready. We need to go turn off the stream and we need to go swap over to Fireside Cast 2. So in about 22 minutes right from now, you're gonna see me and Rumpus on Fireside Cast 2 with Shears covering Insect Gang versus Anglerfish at 11
Yeah,
p.m.
absolutely.
And then on the main stream, if you want to watch the other game, which has a few higher stakes, at least for Goblin Bite Zone, as Magma's looking for his 44th match, he's looking for his first win. You can tune in and stay on this channel to watch the master finally upgrade from being the student. The long-time invite winless veteran may become just the opposite of that. And you can watch it on the main channel.
And we're covering Insect Gang versus who was it?
Anglerfish on process.
True. Some Qualls stuff. All right, cool. Hopefully my voice doesn't get completely shot. Because I did a lot of talking tonight.
So with that being said, make sure to check out our sponsor, Swifty Servers. Great guys. That's where that's where we use our match cast for any newcomer and amateur matches. Go check them out! !Swifty Servers.